Right. All right. Good afternoon. We're going to go ahead and get started. For those of you that don't know, my name is Otis Tucker, the world's first trillionaire. I have a mandate from God to bring about the greatest prosperity period in the history of this world by creating a million millionaires. This obviously is our weekly webinar for our Heaven and Earth members. You can go ahead and get move on to the next slide, Aaron. Thank you, buddy. So before I jump into it, though, what I want to do is on Monday that just passed, man, like it was a very magical moment for us. Like that was actually our first live social media thing, webinar or social media live. And overall, even though we had a lot of technical difficulties, all I know is I felt like it was an extremely powerful experience. And before we go into that rest of the webinars, really, I mean, that's from my perspective and how I felt about it. Like I really felt the power that night. But more or less, I want to kind of hear from you guys that was there, like some of the points that you think is like some of the things that you learned that you would like to share that you think would be beneficial for, people that's listening right now that did miss that webinar. Anybody can just go first, just pick any one of y'all.
I would
Jaleel, we'll
say
start with you. What are some things then? We'll go from there. I think your speaker is muted, Jaleel.
Oh,
There
no.
you go. We can hear you now. Yeah, just kind of share some of the main bullet points that you think people, like a quick recap. I'm gonna go into my own insights, but for right now, I want to hear each person, the leaders right now, some of the things that you think will be very impactful for you to kind of share as a recap for other people that may have missed it.
Yeah, I think for me, like a huge takeaway for me was sorry, somebody's calling me. I'm sorry. Can you hear me? I'm sorry.
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay.
Good.
All right. Yeah, I think a major takeaway for me was to just get started and more so like in the mindset. As you were speaking, I was asking myself, what am I doing to for my mental health, right? We often go to the gym and we get our bodies in shape, but what about the mind? So as you were going through different things, and I'm an overthinker, so I was processing a lot of thoughts, but then it dawned on me, if I spend more time in action versus in thinking, then I can alleviate that pressure and actually give me a better quality of state. So
That's awesome, man. Thanks for sharing that. But that is so true, though. Just get busy doing and less thinking. I mean, thinking, yes, but it's like not overthinking, though.
yeah.
But definitely taking more action and doing more. Thank you so much for sharing that. What about you, Aaron? Quick recap.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna go in the beginning. I just enjoy the fact that we were able to finally go live on the public sector, and we always receive good content. We always receive great content in terms from you, Coach, in terms of the action steps and how the
Thank you.
system works. It was good to really see the replays that are going to happen and being futuristic, being encouraging in the content, because it's one thing to have people come on here, take notes, and they apply it. That's great. That's what we want. But now that we have launched to the world, you know what I mean, other than just your daily videos, that was exciting to be able to know that we literally went live and we get to see this work in action in other people's lives, other than just Nick, who I know you're on fire, man. Jaleel, you on fire as well, myself. And we want to see other people win. So really launching that net, you know what I mean, getting that fish so that we can be able to get more disciples, if you will, into this program. That was a blessing to me to finally go live.
Thank you, man. That's awesome. I feel the same way too, man. Glory be to God, brother. We've been putting in work, and I feel like, that right there is the beginning of the beginning, man, of something amazing and great. And above all things, I really, I don't want to run off on a tangent here, but I really appreciate you saying that, because that is true. You know how much work we've put into this, energy and effort, and that's exactly what it's about. Is really we're here to transform people's lives. So, definitely thank you for that. I don't know if Nick Mike is going. He almost knocked me back. Otherwise, I would speak to and say, man, he's almost knocking back out. Okay, I got you. No worries, Nick. No sweat. No sweat. Well, listen. I'll go ahead and jump in and do a quick recap myself. Um, for the most part, definitely. Like Aaron said, man, we've been working at this now since what, last August or last September, something like that. It's been a while in the works. It started off just as an idea, and then it became a concept, and now we got something real and tangible that we're doing consistently and really showing up to make a difference in people's lives. Um, okay, Nick, got you, buddy. Okay, Nick want to speak. Got you. What you got, Nick? Go for it. I definitely would love to hear what you guys say. You could text it if you can't, if your mic ain't working or whatnot, and we'll go ahead and share it. What did you take away, Nick?
Yeah, I think he was trying to come in there. Nick, if your mic's not working, okay, he's texting it. Okay.
Yeah, he's texting it.
Hey, he's
You
starting
see his
off with
text?
the come on now. He's starting off. Look, he's learning.
What we got? What we got? What he saying?
Smart goals. Yes. He said, I'm thankful I'm so happy and grateful now about smart goals, thinking long term, and getting detailed. Okay.
Good deal, man. Detail. The details is where you win, man. That it's the small things. The detail is where you win. Focus on the important things. I'm reading this thing too. And focus on believing it's possible. Gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, look, I
Excellent.
got this stuff, and man, I'm definitely grateful that you was able to take away something from it, man, because that's the whole idea is for us to each take something that we can use to transform our lives. So just a real quick recap of the thing of the web. Let me see. I'll go back to that for a second. I just want to see if we missed anything. So basically, insightful takeaway. Definitely, I want to kind of read the shade that was posted on there. I do want to touch on it about the mindset shift. I want you to acknowledge and just understand that. Look, the first thing you got to change in order for you to change is change your mindset. Because as we think it, so shall it be. So you definitely want to work on your mindset, and just that's what's going to allow you to tap into your full potential. Of course, take an actionable step, like Jaleel said. It's like, look, information, you can have all the information you want, but unless you physically take action, then what happens is you get into, what they call it, analyzing paralysis or whatever, where it's like you constantly thinking and analyzing things and it paralyzes you. So you want to get more in the actionable phase of things where, as soon as you get an idea, you test it out, go ahead and take action, you know? And regardless of the outcome. So that's more or less the idea and the goal right there. Number three is talk about, basically energizing your experience by igniting your passion and your commitment to change. Like definitely, just really fall in love with the process. That's more or less what that is. Like really get excited about the experience that you're having. Don't get too caught up in the outcome or the results. Just focus on just the experience of you going through your process and make that journey your amazing life. Like that is what your amazing life look like, is you are actually going through the process, Perfect. All right, you can go to the next slide, please. All right, so what's next for Heaven and Earth International? I mean, pretty much like it says, definitely continually building our empowered mind system. I mean, we already got the framework for it, and we have actually evolved it quite a bit already. Before it was just 4 words, affirmations, characteristics, habits, and our daily routine. But since then, we've refined that quite a bit where we can dig into that into more details, but definitely, definitely building that out some more. That's the game plan there, is to build that out in more details. Next one, the weekly webinars. We definitely looking forward to doing more of those Monday that open to the world. Anybody, they don't have to be a member of our organization, can actually join us. Starting, it's going to be every Monday. For right now, we'll keep it at 7. If we change the time in the future, we'll let you know. But for right now, definitely we're going to continue to do that. 7 p.m. on Mondays. We'll have a topic that I'll cover, and obviously we'll get more involved where people have questions or concerns. I leave space for that so that you can really bring that up here. At the end of the day, it's like, not only do you want to learn, people, but I definitely want you to, if you're stuck or, you have something that you really want to figure out, I would love to brainstorm with you and help you to kind of figure that out, to get unstuck, because obviously if you're stuck, you're not going nowhere. So let's figure that out. That's number one. Also, of course, continuous improvement as far as evolving the program. Like, believe me, we've come a long way. You know what I mean? Like having the back office for our members, school, that's a major improvement for us. And we'll definitely continue to figure out more improvements and more ways how we can really help to meet people where they are. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is it that we can help you with? Any kind of systems or process that can help us materialize that for you. As a group collectively, we'll definitely continue to build on that. All right, what's the next slide, please? Okay. How we are transforming lives with Evan and Earth International. Okay, listen, first of all, we're here number one above any and everything is to empower people. Like, we're here to really empower you. Like, what does that look like? We're here to inspire you. We're here to help make sure that you feel supported. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times it can feel like, man, you're by yourself out here going after these goals and you're dealing with challenges and all that stuff. And it feel like you're by yourself. Not in this community, okay? For anyone that's a member of our organization, officially you become a growth partner of ours because again, we're creating our amazing future. That's essentially what our goal is we're creating our amazing lives. And how do we do that? We're doing it by empowering you. We're here to give you ideas and suggestions on how to do that. We're here to let you know that we're here for you. We are your brothers, man. Your brother and your sisters, you know, for those female members we have. Listen, we're here for you, man. Like, that's the feeling that you want. It's like having wind at your back. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's a lot easier to move forward when you got that extra support, somebody pushing you along. You know what I mean? And guiding you, guide well too. Like if we see, you know, things straying off, we'll be able to like, look, man, you know, we're gonna help you. The key here, like you said, Nick, is we, buddy. It's not a me or you thing, it's we. That's what we are. It's that, see, your success is mine and mine is yours. As I succeed, you succeed. As you succeed, I'm succeeding. Listen, we're winning collectively. You know what I mean? Like a family. I love it. Perfect. So, anyways, that's empowerment. Next one, meaningful purpose, guys. The biggest thing I think that anyone can find in life, man, and it's the biggest and greatest blessing there is to really identify your purpose. Now, I was thinking about that to come up with some ideas to help people on how to help them find their purpose. At the end of the day, it's like the greatest level of service is basically to serve others, to help others. You know what I'm saying? It's like I realized this maybe about a couple of years ago that the only way a person can really genuinely and truly be happy is by helping others. You know what I mean? Is that by helping other people is naturally try to emphasize, I promise you, man, is that the more you help people, is the more genuinely happy you will feel. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, it's like to find your purpose, you want to basically connect with that. Like, okay, how can you be of service? How can you help others? You know, to go after whether it's their goal or dream or in some way, shape, or form is if you can find a way to help people to pursue or go after the things they're going towards, believe me, that's your main purpose right there. Find how you can contribute to this world and improving people's lives. You know, and once you do that, believe me, just tap into that and pray about it. You know what I mean? But I believe that that's the greatest gift anybody can have is having a meaningful purpose that's here to help people to change their life in some way, shape, or form, helping people to be better than the way you meet them. You know. Next one is creating lasting change. The reason why we come up with the empowered mind system is that we don't want this to be one of them up and down thing. We want you to become. We want your lifestyle, you like the way you're being to be success. Like the whole idea of this system is that you're not trying to be successful in things. You are looking to be success yourself. See, once you develop the habits of success, then that's when you can create lasting change because no matter what you decide to do, it will be successful because you are successful. So that's how you create lasting changes by learning and mastering our four-step empowered, our four-phase empowered mind system. And listen to me, it ain't something that you'll never, it's something that's always have room for improvement. You know what I mean? Like in all of those areas, you can always develop your characteristic. You can always work on your habits, you know, by basically, and even a powerful breakthrough we had on Monday that I definitely want to input here is that when you go about creating the habits, You know, for a while I kept saying work on replacing your habits, but I want to be very specific with this. See, your habits is actionable steps. Let's be clear about that. Habits are things that you actionably do. You have to do them. That's what makes them a habit. Now, the way you materialize the things you want is that you definitely want to focus on like whatever your goal is. It's like the actionable steps that's going to help you to manifest those goals. Make those your habits. You know what I'm saying? It's like a big part of it that I think everybody should have as a habit. Like I was rattling some of them this morning. Is number one, be a great student. You must be a great student, man. It's like you have to realize that nothing changes unless you change it. And the only way you're going to know how to change it is you have to learn how to change it, man. So you want to be a great student, you know? Find whatever field that you're pursuing, come up with whatever actionable steps you need to do to basically accomplish that goal and develop that as a habit. Maybe it's you studying an hour a day. Maybe it's you implementing for 3 hours a day or 4 hours or whatever the case is. Maybe it's you meditating. Like I'm telling you, things that I do that have become my habits, so I do it without thinking at this point, is that, you know, I make the things the actions I need to take to fulfill on my goals, I make those my habits. Allow yourself to create and make those your habits. All right. That's how you create lasting change. And most important above all of that is that, hey, we're creating a vibrant community. Like there's nothing more powerful. You know, it's like in the spirit where it talks about when two or more come together. Listen, we'll look up, guys, and we'll have 1,000 people that's really actively pursuing their goals and dreams. The more people we add to this equation is the more powerful it becomes. All you need is at least one. And we have more than that. You know what I mean? We got Powerhouse Talil, we got Nick, and you know, people that are committed and consistent, guys, because like you said, Nick, consistency is everything, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like consistently showing up, like 95%, if you ask me, of success is showing up, man, being present, be consistent, you know, consistently. Boy, Nick be funny in those comments, man. I love it though. All right, but basically having that vibrant community, man, of like-minded people, seriously though, that are really working diligently on a daily basis towards creating their amazing life on this earth. And that is the goal, people. The goal is to create your version of an amazing life. That is how you create your heaven on this beautiful earth. Because if you're having an amazing life, is that not heaven on earth? That's blessed to me. You know what I'm saying? So to me, that's essentially what I mean when I say your heaven on earth is you having your amazing life right now. And that's what we're working on creating for you on a regular basis. So that's what this community is here to do, is to help you, to encourage you, to give you the steps and guide you along the way to help you to accomplish your amazing life. All right, good deal. What we got? Next slide, please. All right. So the biggest thing though is that I realize is that to accomplish any level of real success or like big success, I don't know, there's no specific measurement for it, but my point is that I believe that everyone have great leadership inside them. It's just that you haven't tapped into it yet for some people. Now, my goal is for anybody. I don't even care if you think you're a great leader. There's always levels to things. So I want you to get better. It's like I want you to be a great leader in pretty much whatever you decide to do. The one way you can start off with number one is self-awareness. You must understand your strengths, your weaknesses, and you must also have like a guiding force in your life. Like, what is your core values? You need to be aware of that. And if you don't know what those are, then you need to create those values. Like, what is your boundaries? You must have boundaries, man. Like things that you know, you have to come up with like values. What are important to you? So those are the thing you can do right now to help you be very self-aware. Next one is obviously visionary mindset. You got to realize again that nothing happens unless you can visualize it. Anything that you do, you only do it after you see the image in your mind. So you must become a visionary. It's a necessary requirement. You must exercise your imagination on a continuous basis. And that's where you're getting very clear with your visions. That's where you're literally, you know, like practicing every single day. Like, what does that amazing you look like? What does that look like? What are you doing? Where are you? Who are you being? You know what I'm saying? It's like I want you to not just say, just write things down. I want you to visualize, like, what does that really look like? You know what I'm saying? Maybe it looks like traveling and doing missionary work. Maybe it's you just coming up with a system that empower people, by being a life coach or whatever the case is. Because naturally, here's what I already know. Even if you're not or haven't been a life coach yet, for the people that are leadership of our organization, whether you like it or not, you're becoming a great leader, period. Because it's like iron sharpen iron. The fact that you're here all the time, as I'm figuring things out, and it's like you're learning from my experience, and that sharpens your knowledge, So now you're becoming more enabled, you know what I'm saying, to be able to do and empower other people, which at the end of the day is the biggest goal of any leader, is to motivate and inspire people. That's the number one requirement of any leader, and a great leader especially. So, you want to be present to that, is really focus on being a visionary, man. Visionary. Start thinking, what does that look like? How are you being impactful and transforming people's lives? Which is a must do. Number three is inspirational presence, is really be authentic, man. What I've learned is that, the only reason I'm always ready is because I always know my heart. You could put me in any situation and I can literally just start talking because I'm speaking always from my heart. So the easiest way for you to be inspirational to others, to really be authentic, man, is really just be real with people, and don't be ashamed. Like, for me, I'm not ashamed of nothing, man. You know what I mean? I've passed all the shame, Doc. I'm here to sincerely help people transform their lives. So I don't care about looking good or sounding good. I'm just authentically me 100% of the time. That's what that is. And when you do that, and when you make that your habit, then you're always ready. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, that's that. What's the next slide, please?
Excellent. Coach OT, if I can say one thing, you
Yes.
mentioned a powerful word just now about being unashamed. And this next generation, they see right through the fakeness, the phoniness. I mean, they're sharp. You can't fake them out. You know what I mean? We could probably fake out other people. And of course, we can never fake out the Lord. And I love how you say unashamed, because leaders are willing to go beyond the call. And that's what you've been able to do. You went beyond the call and you're serving others, and you're doing it unashamedly in a manner to where no matter who's watching, you're going to still be the same. You're not a chameleon changing in one platform on here and then going to another. And this next generation, we're raising up these leaders, those who come into the Heaven on Earth International. There's going to be some 15-year-olds. There's going to be some 25-year-olds. They need this too. So we can't count them out, because if they were to see that this was fake, they would have, look, there's no opportunity for us to grow. You know what I mean? So I love how you say unashamedly, because leaders are bold. You have to be bold,
Yeah.
especially in this hour. We're living in some dangerous, evil times. And so we need an Otis Tucker who's willing to minister and willing to help those in need. We don't need someone who just want to speak and get followers. Anybody can really do that.
And I say this, man, obviously it's a process, because it's like when you're being a certain way for most of your life, it's not going to be an easy switch. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, sometime, man, I'm gonna tell you something else that's really powerful. I was thinking about it after that webinar, that call on Monday. It's like, God don't just throw us out there in the water, man. What he does is he give us tests. He give us things to work on. It's like the reason why he had me do them videos for over a year, talking to a blank screen, man, is literally to be in a position where, it's like I practice it so much. So even with technical difficulties, glitch, I don't care, man. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's like it's second nature now. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being like authentically me, bro, at the end of the day, And see, God can use that, man. So it's like for you, it's like when you're going through these things that you're going through right now, just realize that really what he's doing is really preparing you for the task that he have mandated for you, man. Just like I'm flowing in my element right now. And the only reason I can do that is because he's given me plenty of practice. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? At first, I kept asking God, "What do you want me to talk every day for? What am I going to say every day?" And I ain't run out of stuff to say yet, and I could talk for hours and hours if I need to. You know what I mean? The energy and spirit just flows through me. So my point is, man, just realize that this is, whatever you're dealing with right now, whatever you're going through, just realize it's simply preparing you. And look at this. I want you to realize this and seriously acknowledge everybody that's here. Is the fact that you're here, just realize that you're doing what you ought to be doing. You're here. Remember what I said, guys, 95% of winning is just showing up, man. Showing up and being present. You know what I'm saying? Being present, man. So the fact that you're here and you're going after this, I love it. So, anyways, what do we want to nurture? So here we go. We want to nurture a growth mindset. And the way we go about doing that, number one, is continuous learning, guys. I want you to embrace challenges and opportunities. It's like, the challenges, that's what I was just talking about, man, is just realizing that every challenge really is an opportunity and a blessing. Without those challenges, you would never be able to accommodate and sustain the success that God had for you. You see what I'm saying? You ever heard fly by night, easy come, easy go? It's like, listen, man, that's real as day. It's like, it's like building muscles. You won't gain those muscles unless you tear some muscles, man. Continuously embrace the challenges that whatever challenge come your way, embrace them. That's how you become unstoppable. You know what I mean? But anyways, continuously learning though, guys. It's like learn from the experience you having. Also, definitely be finding content, whether it's whatever, books or videos, anything that can help you to develop yourself, man. Like right now, above any and everything is I'm looking at this whole process as a university. You know what I'm saying? Like you are in a university right now of you. You know what I'm saying? Is that at the end of it, you don't get a degree though. You become success. That's what the result is. That's the degree you get. You know what I'm saying? You become success, man. So it's like continuously learn because every time you're learning new things, just realize whether you feel it or see it or not, is that you're changing, you're developing. That's what change look like. You got to feed yourself new information, new content, or just really trying to analyze things and make sense of it. You know what I'm saying? That's another way how you can learn. Next one is innovative thinking. It's like, man, it's like become a problem solver, man. It's like one of the biggest thing you can pray for is be a solution to problems. You know what I'm saying? And it's like essentially that's what business is. And I think that's why I passionately love business like I do, because business is all about solving people's problems. So it's like for you, it's like I really want you to approach, just look at just be in the solution spectrum of things. Like always try to find solution to any problem you see around you. You know what I'm saying? Like I heard something years ago. This was probably a decade ago, but I believe it, man. And I've always pushed myself. It's like whenever there's a problem that I'm faced with, instead of just coming up with one simple answer and call it a day, challenge yourself. The guy said back then it was about 10 solution to every problem. Now, most of the time, I only came up with about two or three. But the fact that I knew there was 10 out there, it challenged me to really think of more. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I want you to start exercising your mind. Your mind is just like any physical muscle, is that the more you use it, the better it gets. You know what I'm saying? Just like your imagination. The more you practice using your imagination, the easier it get for you to visualize what it is you want. You know what I'm saying? So it's like become an innovative thinker, man, as I want you to basically constantly focus on how do I solve my problems. Challenge yourself to do that because, you know, I suggest that. Next one is having like measurable progress. Obviously for you, it's like, there's like benchmarks, it's like one of the things that I do, and this shows me my growth a lot of time, is I have daily journals, like every single day, well, Monday through Friday anyway, because I do it for business. So I don't do it normally on the weekends. But basically it's like having measurable progress in place. Like I want you to come up with a way to basically be able to reflect back and see where you've been and where you are, especially because you know where you're going. So it's like I occasionally just to kind of like see how far I've come, because it really allowed me to appreciate, you know what I'm saying? It's like it really allowed me to appreciate the experiences that I've had, because of those experiences, I'm able to do what I'm doing now. And because of the new experience that I'm creating, guys, it's gonna allow me to live the amazing future that I want. You see what I'm saying? You see how you can see the past, present, and the future, and using those to your advantage. Reflect on your past. Anytime you find you're feeling sorry for yourself or feeling like you're not making as much progress, when you reflect back 5, 10 years ago, you be like, come on, man, stop messing around. you know? You know, it's like it really allows you to really appreciate the things you have. And that's one of the most important ingredient for you to get more of what you want. Because if you don't appreciate it, guess what? Don't be surprised when you don't get more of it. Always be grateful, guys. Gratitude is one of the most powerful lessons I've ever learned. Is I've learned to be grateful for every single thing I have. So definitely reflect on your past and be grateful for your present state of being, and even more grateful for the future. I'm thinking now for the future that I'm creating. I'm grateful now for the amazing life that I'm living. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's good to know how far you have come, but I also want you to be, grateful for the future that you're creating, which is what your amazing life on this earth, and what you're doing on a daily basis is defining what that looks like, so that it no longer is a fog. Because right now, whether you say it or not, you don't need to tell me, because shoot, I've been there and I'm still there to a degree. I'm coming out of it. But it's like, not many people tell you or share with you that, look, man, in order to create your amazing life, you have to create it with your mind first. Nobody teach you that stuff. At least not literally how to do it. That's what we're looking to do here, guys, with our Empower Mind system, with these webinars that we're doing, is we're looking to teach people how to use their mind to create the amazing life that you're looking to create. You see what I'm saying? And as you do that, that's how you can measure, where you're going and where you at. But the more you focus on where you're going, people, I promise you, is the easier you'll find yourself genuinely being happy. Because how can you not be happy? You're seeing your amazing future in front of you. That's all you wanted, man. It's right there. You've seen it clear as day. I see better with my mind than I do with my ass. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, where focus go, energy flows. I agree with that, Nick. That's exactly right, big bro. So it's like, that's the thing, man, is really I want you to focus on the goals and focus on the vision of the future, Attitude determine your altitude. I agree with that, Attitude of gratitude. I agree with that. Cool. Next slide, please. Okay, so fostering resilience as a leader. Number one, embrace challenge. We kind of touched on that in the last segment. Again, guys, work on being unstoppable. The way you become unstoppable is, instead of shying away from, there's fight or flight. Listen to me, man. I don't care what is in front of me. I don't care what it is. I'm going to run right through it. You know what I mean? Why? Because at the end of the day, you embrace the challenge. I'm just saying, don't shy away from challenges. Get excited about it, because just know that every challenge that you overcome is a new level. Your steps up to closer towards your success, because that's what it's for. It's there. It's there to practice. You're just practicing, basically. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, embrace the challenges, man. Don't shy away from them. Don't flee from them. Run towards them. Why? Because if you don't run towards it and attack it and accomplish it now, you're going to be facing with it again later. So you can't run from your problems. Face them. Deal with it and move past that. All right, next one. Cultivate adaptability. Definitely one of the easiest thing I've learned in life, man, is that, listen, you must adapt and relate to life. Life is constantly changing. Everything is always changing around you. So you don't have a choice. If you want to continue to grow, you must adapt and relate to what's happening around you. You know what I'm saying? People that don't adapt, believe me, they don't last. You have to be adaptive, be flexible, be willing to do what it takes to get the job done, period. You know what I mean? If that means that, hey, you need to get up, like now, I told you, at first, I ain't gonna lie to you, shoot, getting up at 3:30 in the morning instead of 4:30 or 4 o'clock, like that took me about a good week to get used to. But I'm used to it now. Like, I don't even think about it. It's like, what? I'm good to go. I wake up fired. My videos are done before 5 every day now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying, man, is that be flexible, do what's necessary, so that way you can accomplish your goals and dream. And a big part of that, honestly, is that you must prioritize. Actually, jumping into the third one, I use this to articulate it. The third one is prioritize self-care. A big part of your self-care to me is this, is doing what's necessary for your self-development, because self-development is the best care you can do to yourself. Why? Because it helps you to basically, and it helps you physically, obviously, self-care, working out. Mentally, I get up early because it allows me to be, it's like it give you a chance to plan ahead. It's like my routine, whether it's reading, trading, whatever the heck I need to do, like I fit that in my schedule. By the time 7 o'clock come, it's like you got so much stuff accomplished. People are still sleeping, and you don't accomplish more stuff before 9 o'clock than most people accomplish in an entire day. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's like that's part of your self-care, man. It's that self-development. It's that as you develop yourself, you're gonna find that stress disappear. It goes away. Why? Because it's like, I was using the example, it's like it's like bringing in light into the dark areas. It's like developing yourself. It's like shining light on your weaknesses. You know what I'm saying? And what happened is those weaknesses eventually become your strength as you develop yourself. It only is a weakness because you don't know how to deal with it, or you don't even understand it sometimes. So what happened is through knowledge and educating yourself, you can make those your strength, or if you don't want to make them your strength, because sometimes you don't want to, hire people at least because you identify that it is a weakness and you can get people to fill those gaps for you. But bottom line is knowing thyself, man, above everything. You know? All right, cool. Next slide, please. Become easy to deal with. Gotcha. How to unlock your potential as a leader. Number one, identifying strengths. Obviously, it's like I know this is directed more towards personally yourself, but I'm gonna tell you something. One of the things I've learned about being a great leader, man, is that you want to actually the people that you're leading, you want to master learning their strengths. You know what I'm saying? She's about to join. She's making up workout. Okay, gotcha. So basically, it's like identifying not just your strengths. Obviously, that's a given. It's real easy for people to know their strengths. Most people know that off the bat. But I want you as a leader to start mastering, like the people that you're leading, learn their strengths and weaknesses. You know what I mean? Like take the time to identify that, because the more you know their strengths and weaknesses, that's how you can be much more effective as a leader of helping them to transform their lives. Because you're gonna magnify their strengths, so you're gonna reinforce that strength that they have by acknowledging to these people that, look, man, dude, I think you're an amazing leader in ABC regards. Like you do these, like, man, you're naturally good at this. The stuff that you are weak at, listen, your weaknesses, these are what I think you can work on. And I'm telling you, number one, that's you leading, because now you're bringing to their attention, which they probably didn't even realize, their strengths and their weaknesses. And the fact that you're able to effectively identify those, they're going to basically start magnifying and using their strengths more. You know what I'm saying? And those weaknesses, guess what? They're going to start shaping those up, because now they're going to seek knowledge to help make those weaknesses their strength. You see what I'm saying? So that's the deal as far as identifying strength, because it's easy to do it for yourself. I want you to unlock your leadership potential is you getting good at doing it for others. Next one is set empowering goals. Basically, it's like, what motivates me every single day and what gets me up super early in the morning, and I have the same energy I have right now at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, is because for me, this right here, man, like empowering people and inspiring people and motivating people and assisting people whatever way I can, that's what drives me, man. It really does drive me. And the biggest reason, it's like why, and I'm gonna tell you why, and this is one of the things you're gonna figure out for yourself too, is that the more you help others, is the more I win. Listen to me. I'm telling you, this is a great transaction here. As I'm sharing this information to you that you find very valuable, guess what? It's reinforcing it for me. You know what I'm saying? It's like one of the easiest way to learn and master something is to get busy trying to share and teach it with others. You see what I'm saying? And when people, I learned this a long time ago, it's a powerful phrase, and man, I thought it was priceless. It says, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Do you see what I'm saying? That's the biggest recipe, man, to be a great leader, is to really genuinely care for your people, to feel responsible for your people's success. Do you see what I'm saying? And the more you take on that responsibility, that's what makes you the leader, man. You know what I mean? Because you're going to make the tough calls. You're going to do whatever it takes to make sure your people are winning. And because that's the objective and that's the goal, they sense it, they feel it. They're not crazy. They know the stuff, man. You see what I'm saying? Like you can't hide that. It's genuine. They can feel it. Just like a dog can smell fear. People know when you're genuinely there trying to empower them. It might not come out pretty, but they know your intention. They can feel that, because that's feelings. Okay. Feelings always beat words any day. If you can create the feeling in people, believe me, that would be way more effective than just saying cheap words. All right. Anyways, next one, embracing lifelong learning. Obviously, like I said, I don't care how smart you think you are, man, is that you will never ever stop learning. You know, even with our Empower Mind system, there's no destination for that. That's a lifelong journey. Is that you're always improving. It's like if you make improving your goal, then it's like what can you not accomplish, man? Because you will never stop learning. You will never stop tweaking yourself. And I don't care how big or how massive a person is right now. I will always take the person that's willing to do the work, man, to learn what they need to learn, be a great student, and put in the freaking work of learning it. And as long as you're willing to do that, you will pass anybody by. I don't care. That's why I know that I'm the world's first trillionaire. Why? Because I'm growing and learning every single day, man. And I'm learning how to manifest the things I want and mastering that and learning how to speak the words. You know, I ran a video earlier this week and that's powerful. I want to share this with you. It was like I'm learning that, you know, it's like integrity is what makes things work, guys. And listen to me.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong in a sense like in life, man. There's plenty of broken promises. Listen, I got plenty of them that I've done. You see what I'm saying? You know, and it's like what I've been doing this week right here, and I'll continue to do this, is I'm intentionally working on restoring my integrity with different people and myself. Because you got to do it with yourself too. Like a lot of people, like, yeah, I'm in integrity and with everybody. And if you're doing that, then you're lying to yourself because you're not integral with yourself, the most important person in the entire equation. You see what I mean? Because if you're something to everybody, then when do you find time to be accountable to yourself? You see what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? So it's like what I'm trying to get at is like I really want you to be intentional, you know, at focusing on restoring integrity, man. You know what I'm saying? With your kids, maybe with clients or whatever the case is. Like I'm very intentional at this point. Like I've literally this week, it's like I'm looking at list of like, okay, where am I out of integrity, you know? And it's like I'm on like an integrity tour. That's what I call it right now. I'm on an integrity tour, you
Okay.
know what I'm saying? It's like, hey man, look, I know I said ABC. I'm not able to do that right now, but look, I'm working. Can we do this instead? Or can I do that? I'm restoring my integrity because what I've realized, man, is that the more you're in integrity, then here's the power of doing that: is that your words, you become the words you speak. You know what I'm saying? That way, when you say something to somebody, they know they can take that to the bank.
Right.
Do you see what I'm saying? They know that not only do you mean it, but it's like, look, man, if Holder said it, okay, it's done. You see what I mean? You want people to have that confidence, but you cannot build that until you restore that integrity. And only you know that, people. That's why you got to be honest with yourself. Don't fool yourself, man. Be honest with yourself. If you're
Yeah.
out of integrity, you must work on that. And some of them, you know, that's why I say you can't be like too prideful either. You have to humble yourself, man, to be able to go to people and be like, you know what, man, listen, man, I apologize,
Mm-hmm.
and just be humble, man, and just be real with people, man. It's like, look, I'm here. You can even tell them what you're doing. I'm on an integrity tour, you
That's
know,
good. Come on, sir.
restoring integrity all over my life, man. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like, I really want you to work on that, especially with yourself, though. I want you to restore integrity with yourself. I want you to do the things you promise yourself that you would do. I want you to start doing them. You know, you say you're going to the gym 3 times a week. Well, dang it, do it. You know, you say you're going to read 30 minutes a day. Don't give yourself an excuse. Do it. Do
Yeah.
you see what I'm saying? And as you do those things, then what happens is you start to become the words you speak. And now that's how your word become life. Because now when you speak it, it happens because that's a new habit that we're creating right now. It's becoming the words you speak. All right. So,
That's
anyways,
excellent,
embrace the
man.
challenges, man. It's definitely embrace the challenge of life. And just realizing again that embrace like that is a lifelong learning experience. I don't think anybody ever will learn everything. That don't, you know what I'm saying? I never for myself, every single day whenever. I'm just gonna be growing every single day, guys. Like I am extremely intentional about creating my amazing life on this earth and I'm willing to do whatever is necessary to make it happen. And you need to figure that out for yourself. What is it going to take for you to manifest your amazing life on this earth? What is that going to take? Does that mean you need to get up at 7 or 6 or 5 or 4 or dang it, me 3:30 or 3? Whatever the heck you need to do, you need to figure that out for yourself. Because if your life doing the regular business day is too busy, and that's what, don't get me wrong, you need that. That's what pays the bills and do everything else, right? But you must, people, just realize this: your life will not change unless you make time to develop yourself. Because the difference between who you are right now and the amazing you that you're creating, which is what's going to manifest the amazing life, is you must do the work. The work is you have to develop yourself, people. There's no shortcut to it. That's why I don't believe in no get rich quick scheme and none of that stuff. None of that stuff will ever work. You know why? Because it's not long lasting, because it's not habitual. We are creatures of habits. If you got bad habits, you manifest a bad life. You got great habits, you know, got amazing habits, you create an amazing life. Do you see what I'm saying? So you have to take the physical actions of what you need to do to manifest the amazing life that you want for you and your family on a daily basis. That is 7 days a week, 365 a year, man. I'm on it every single day, guys. I want you to be growing one step closer to your amazing life, whatever that looks like. Next slide, please.
Oh, Shaka, this call is fire, man. Look, we being blessed right now. That word integrity, that's literally what you do when no one's looking. You know what I
Amen
mean?
to that.
And as we're building this, we're building something that's going to have lasting value. When you're building on a foundation, you don't see the work that's going on underneath of the ground. You don't see that. But without that foundation of that work behind the scenes, without that actual structure, which we cannot see, that building, that big skyscraper we see in New York and Manhattan Square, that's not going to exist. But there was hard work that went in behind the scenes you didn't see for that building to rise up as glorious as it is. You can see it from 3, states away at times with a telescope. That's the same thing we building here. We're building something that's going to have lasting value.
And thank you for sharing that, Aaron, because that's the whole point of the empowered mind system, is that you do have to embrace the system, though, because it's like once you understand what's happening, then it's like any tool. Like the empowered mind system is nothing more than a tool. The more you understand the tool of life, which is what it is that you can utilize it to your understand, use it to your advantage, basically. You know what I mean? The stuff that you're talking about behind the scene is you're absolutely right. Nobody see the character development that you're doing. Nobody sees the habits that you're developing in your routine. They just see you when they see you and they take you at face value. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, that's the work, man. That is the work, is to become the system, become the empowered mind system, become your great affirmations by creating more and more affirmations for any area of your life. Like literally your affirmation is what I use to paint the picture of where I'm going. So you want to keep adding that. You know what I'm saying? Your characteristic, keep developing great characteristics, man. Genuinely care for people, genuinely want good things for people. Like that's something you must have. If you don't have that, you can't be a great leader. And if you're not a great leader, I'm sorry, but you're not going to accomplish no massive success, because there's no I in team, man. It's a we thing, okay? And it won't be a we thing unless you care. You know what I'm saying? Remember what I said, people don't care what you know until they know that you really do care. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't doubt what I care. Dang it, I'm up here every day doing my videos. I ain't getting paid for this. Not yet, anyway. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, man. But it's like, I do this because I genuinely want people's life to change. And anybody, that hear my videos will know that that's what I'm here to do. So my point is, more or less you get this stuff, man. Keep working in the background. Like you said, Aaron, what you're doing is you guys are building your amazing foundation to build this massive, the tallest building in this world, man. You're building your foundation right now, like the bamboo tree. You building out your roots. Nobody sees the roots. All they see is the 70-foot tree, but they don't see the 5 years of building and growing the roots on the ground. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's what you guys are doing, man. And because that's what you're doing, I want you to stay encouraged. Just because you don't see the bamboo tree or above the ground year one, listen to me. We ain't got maybe 15, maybe 12, 13. I don't know how many members, but however many we have, we're here every week, motivated, highly motivated, doing God's work, man, of spreading this knowledge. Why? Because I know with time, it's like the bamboo tree, man. You look up one day and it explodes when people realize that this is the real deal. Like, you can't fake this. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Anyway, coming down back to this here, connecting with like-minded individual. Number one, supportive community. That's definitely what we offer people, is we look to basically inspire you and motivate you. We don't care how crazy. One thing you would never expect, you never hear or see here, is nobody would never judge your goals. I don't care how crazy it sounds. You want to have a walking in the sky, man, hey, what the heck? Maybe somebody will create that. I'm just saying, I don't know, man. I'm just saying it's like we're always going to be supportive of people's goals as long as I sense the passion, because I understand the number one ingredient is passion. So when I hear people talk about what they want and where they're going, what I'm really listening for is I'm listening for their fire. I'm listening for that passion. There you go, Nick, that fire. I'm looking for that passion, man. You know what I'm saying? And that will let you know how far they're gonna go, man. But definitely, this is definitely a supportive community, collaborative experience. Listen, man, like I've shared plenty of times, this is, a collaborative experience. Like this ain't me by myself. I'm the one talking most of the time, but believe me, in the background, Jaleel, Aaron, and of course Nick, we include him in the fold now. That's our brand ambassador a little bit. And it's like, we're creating this, man. Like we're literally making this up as we go, people. And I know God will continue to bring us amazing people that not only sees the vision, but is hungry, to transform their lives. You know what I'm saying? I love when Les Brown say that, you gotta be hungry, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, but definitely this is a collaborative experience. And listen, this is just the beginning, guys. This is not even the tip of the berg when I tell you, man. What will come out of this, guys, is that all the people that are growth partner with us, when it's time for business, this that we're running and we're looking for people, where do you think we're gonna go? I'm going with the people that's with us, who knows how we think and knows how we're looking, or who's working on developing himself and taking action. Why would I go look for some people out that don't have the mindset we have? You see what I'm saying? Like, that's what we're doing. I'm just being straight with you. We're looking for people that are serious about their lives, changing their lives, not just talking about it, but willing to do the work by showing up and participating, or at least showing up, man. You know what I'm saying? All right, cool. Next one is accountability partners. Listen, guys, one of the things we do too, and especially for like our main leadership circle, is like for people that have businesses and so forth. Like, we definitely. One of the things I'm starting to take on is to really transform by sharing some ideas on how they can really elevate their business to the next level. Like, I know facts that I'm here to create a million millionaires, and I thought about it. It's like, listen, it's a no-brainer. The people that are members of our organization, I know that these are people that I will help to be millionaires. Why not? Because if you're here, you obviously believe in the things I'm saying. That's why you're here. You know what I'm saying? So you will believe also that it's possible for you. And hey, not only will we be accountability partners, we are and will be business partners. Why not? Do you see what I'm saying? So those are things that I see in the future. Those are visions that I've already seen, and I know that will come to pass. Why? Because I see it, I believe it, and I speak it. I actually affirm it every day. So I know it shall come to pass. Next one, boundless inspiration, man. It's like just really get to the point where you realize that any and every single thing is possible, man. It's like the more you go on this journey of self-development and understanding who you are as a person, in the spirit especially, is that there is nothing out here, man, that you're not able to do. It really isn't. There's nothing. You can learn any and everything over time. Guys, we have nothing but time. The time we have, make it count. What are you doing? Like, I'm gonna give you a practical example. I gotta share this because it just dawned on me. It's like, think about it for a second. It's like, man, you spend, let's say, 5 years, the last 5 years, and you did not accomplish the goals you set out to do, right? I already know why it didn't happen. Number one, you didn't have specific, detailed, clear, crystal clear goals, and you was not taking action every single day. What do we do in this organization? We get real clear about what it is that we want. We teach you how to visualize what it is that you want. That's what make it clear. I use an example Monday about driving through the fog. That's hard as heck. You want to basically get good at being able to see where you're going, man, clear. That's where your imagination come into play and visualizing what you want, you know? And as you do that, people, I promise you, man, it's like, just know that as time goes by you being intentional every single day, working on yourself, I'm telling you, man, just realize this, some practical thing. If you have 1,000 steps to accomplish everything you ever wanted, if every single day you're moving in that direction to where your goal is, it's impossible for you not to get there. If I'm driving to New York and I'm on the route to get there, guess what? I'm gonna get to New York. It might be 3 hours, it might be 5 hours, 10 hours, depending on how fast I drive. But guess what? I'm gonna get there because I'm on the route that leads directly to it. You see what I'm saying? I want you to get that, people. Like, that's powerful, man. I want you to get that, you
Yeah.
know? Like, just realize that you must be intentional, man. And as you, the more intentional you become, is the easier it is for you to manifest the things you want out of life every single day. All right. Was that the last slide? Okay,
It
cool,
was.
man. Listen, that was it. At this point, hey, look, if you got any comments, Q&As, listen, well, let's run with it.
Powerful session, man. Powerful. Go ahead, JT.
No, look, Nick been on fire in the
I'm
comments.
telling you.
I'm just like, yo. So I say, I'm seeing the gifts manifest. I say, I'm seeing the strengths come through. The strength is strengthened. Come on, it's coming. So I appreciate that. A person that can take notes like that, we definitely. He's telling on himself. We need that on the team. Come on,
Yeah.
let's go.
Always, man. Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
man. But what I got tonight was integrity for sure, and that self-development. That's a powerful word. You don't just say that and you're not living it out. So I got that for tonight. That's my homework, is to continue to be intentional about integrity. That integrity tour. And by
Yeah,
the
get on
way,
that integrity tour.
yeah, seriously, that's the integrity tour. And by the way, Jaleel and I texted him something. It's something about that university. That might be another new product coming out of Heaven on Earth soon, everybody. University.
Okay.
That's the third week in a row you said that. And that's in your heart. It is. It's in your heart. So that
It
might be a
is,
new
bro,
product.
because yes,
Mm-hmm.
sir. So I guess that's what that is, man. Is you university, bro. Is we're teaching people to get a PhD in you.
You.
You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
we
Become a
got to maximize
doctor
that.
of you, man.
Yo,
Yeah,
you can end a sermon, a message, a video with that.
you can.
Yes.
Yeah, get that, man. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for right now, man. I mean, if unless your guy got something else, man, we'll go ahead and cut it off. I'm gonna get up there in the gym, get my workout. It's my third day for this week. I'm excited. You know what I'm saying? Ready to go
Mm.
ahead and get that workout in. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and for me, it's just about being consistent because I can do a lot of things well, but it's the race is not giving to the strong, no, to
Mhm.
the swift, but the one who can endure to the end. So it's about the endurance of a thing. Sometimes I can go and I just be on fire, but then it fizzles out. So it's better to even show up even at an even kill, where even if you're moving slow, if you can maintain that pace, then it's better than to go at a record speed just to fizz out again. So that's what I'm learning. Hmm.
Dang. Thank you for sharing that, Jalil. That's a really powerful point right there, man. It's
Mhm.
consistency, bro. It's like it's like I was telling somebody the other day. It's like this is why you're supposed to do something, man. It's like you're gonna find times where you don't want to. Listen, man, there's times I do not want to go to the gym, okay? I don't want to. I'm tired. It's like I don't want to, but guess what? I made a commitment to myself. What I tell you, integrity with yourself, man. Go. You said you're gonna do it, do it. You know what I'm saying? So
That's
it's
it.
like showing up. That's what that is, man. And it's like the more you do that, what you're really doing, guys, is you're training your body, to do what you want it to do, man. Because if you don't train it, guess what? It's gonna be in reactive mode versus, the initiative mode where you're initiating and doing stuff. It's like it's gonna react to life. And that's those people that just float through life. They're just reacting. Something happens, so they respond this way. Something happened, they go that way. Listen, man, no, I'm intentional. I said I'm gonna do ABC. Become the words you speak, man. Become that.
Yeah.
Literally.
The other thing that I'm learning too is to go back to the knowledge. Because sometimes when you go back and listen to something, you pick up something that you didn't catch the first time. But oftentimes we write notes and we never go back to them. We'll have these recordings and don't go back to it. But sometimes when you are outside of the moment, you get out of the mode. Right now we're in coach mode. We're in, okay, we gotta make sure that this goes flawless mode. But if you get out of that, you just become sorry, and you just become the student with no pressure, no time, and you really just let the word sink in. It could be that one thing that gives you that aha moment that connects the dots with everything else.
That's
Man,
it. Yeah.
Dalil, that's so powerful what you're saying, bro. I was telling a customer earlier because I was telling she knows about the organization, Evan Earth International, and I was telling her, man, it's like even though the words come out my mouth, especially in the beginning when I was saying these things and it would come out, I literally watched my videos over and over because I used to listen to it as a student. It's like I'm learning the stuff that I'm saying. And it's like as I say it, just because it come out of me doesn't mean that it automatically is there. Is you got to reinforce the knowledge. And that's what I do is I watch my videos. I used to do it every night. I do it every morning though on my way to work. So like the video that I record in the morning, even though I just said it like not even an hour ago, I listen to it at least 3 times by the time I'm driving to the shop. Now I
Mm-hmm.
don't have to, but it's like I realized that it reinforced the knowledge that just came out of me. You see what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? So it makes it stick. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know if you know the memory technique. It's like, when they say after, right after you do something or see something, it's like a few minutes later, I think it's 5 minutes or whatever, go back to thinking about it again. Well, for me, I'm listening to the audio multiple times. So it's like the knowledge that I just shared is reinforced over and over again. You know, I used to do it also right in the nighttime. I don't do it every night now still, but I do the audio meditation right now still. But I used to watch some of my videos for a while and then get into the meditation. So it's like I'm feeding myself the knowledge again. So as I'm going to sleep, what's on my mind? That, not some whatever that is, distraction or negative thoughts or whatever the case is. I'm going to bed empowered. You know what I mean? Because your subconscious mind, you got to realize this too, is that it's working 24 hours a day and it works the most when you're asleep. You know what I'm saying? So it's like whatever you go to bed thinking about, that's what it's working on. Whatever you feed it is what it's working on. So it's like you want to channel your direction of thought to think about the things you want to work on. You know what I mean? Or whatever you need to, something that empowers you, whatever that is. So that way, when you wake up, man, it's like you wake up wired because you've been working on it all night. You're like, oh man, I'm just picking up where I left off. Back again. Here we go. You know what I mean? Dude, that's how the excitement loop keeps going, bro. Like I'm like this at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. Like once I get up and I do my affirmation, I go to my routine. But once I do my affirmations, I'm ready. By the time I'm done 15 minutes in, I am up and ready to go, man. Like them words are real. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I guess the biggest thing that I want to make happen with this whole entire process, man, it's like I said it on Monday, but I was thinking about it afterwards. It's like, what if, the like I'm just using one dimensional at this point, but what if it's like Elon Musk or any one of those guys literally showed you their journey, how they started off in their garage or sleeping in their office. You know what I'm saying? People look at the end result. I think it was a
Come
guy
on,
on
sir.
the guy that owned Twitter where after he had launched or whatever and he blowed up in like a year or something like that, and somebody was like, wow man, you blow up fast. He was like, hey, that was 10 years in the making. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like all they see is like the bamboo tree. It's no exception. I
The
don't care what.
results.
Any massive success is people is working in the background, man. Like you said, Aaron, building their foundation. So by the time they see the things brought up top, they like looking at it like, wow, that's amazing. But they not acknowledging all the work that this person put in, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I had a point I was gonna make with that one, but I think you got the gist of it though.
He ready to hit that gym. Look, we
No,
got to
you're
value the
good.
process. I think that's what you're saying. We have to value the process. We have to
Yeah,
enjoy
no, I know what it
the
was. I remember what it
process.
was now. Thank you. That brought it back. See, that's how I work. Teamwork, baby. Teamwork. All right. So more or less, it's like what I was trying to get at though is like I'm chronicalizing exactly. It's like what I'm sharing with you people is things that I'm learning as I go. And as I'm learning and sharing, it's like it's giving people a blueprint or a roadmap to accomplish everything that that I am accomplishing. You know what I mean? It's like how powerful is that? Like nobody else have ever done that where literally document, and I'm doing it multidimensional. I'm doing it from a financial perspective, a spiritual perspective. Listen, man, my spiritual life in less than a year, I've gone like this. You know what I'm saying? I went from, even though I was doing my affirmation, I believe that, from back in 2021, it wasn't until like, June of last year when I see the big shift. And by September, I really started knowing something was happening. But you talk from somebody who was not even a super believer, man, not regular church going, none of that. And now, not only do I profess that to be God be all the glory for any and everything that's happened in my
Amen.
life, but it's like I know that this is my ministry to transform people's lives. Like I've found my purpose and I'm flowing in my purpose, man. And I'm praying and hoping that as time goes by, any and everybody under the sound of my voice will accomplish the same things for themselves. Financial wise, spiritual wise, living your physical life wise, your best life, man. Like, you know, great relationship with your significant other, great relationship with your kids, you know, like across the board, guys, because again, we're not one dimensional. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, as I'm learning in any one of those areas, sharing with you, man, like how to go about doing that for yourself. You know what I mean? Listen, I shared, I think it was a couple weeks ago. I told people, like, look, man, one of my goals and one part of my amazing life is that I want to be, you know, an amazing. In order to have my amazing life, then everything got to be amazing, right? So I got to be
Yeah.
an amazing husband, amazing father. Hey, I want that for myself. I want that, man. You know, and it's like, listen, I'll give you some tip and idea, man. Like literally, since last April. This is an idea right here, guys. For those guys out there that want to really create that amazing relationship, man. It's like I've literally wrote affirmation on my mirror for my wife every single day since April of last year. I literally say something nice, you know, hey, you're
Amen.
blessed and
That's
highly
good.
favored. You know, thank you for being, you know, a great mom and a wife. You know what I'm saying? It's like you just say little things to empower whoever your significant other is. And man, I love it. That makes me feel good. It makes her feel good. And I just added that maybe a few weeks ago. I've been meeting with a counselor on how to help me be a great, amazing dad. You know what I mean? Why? Because I'm creating the amazing life I want. Listen, man. Again, I am shameless, man. I want you to know the real deal so you can adapt and transform your life. You follow me? And one of the ideas she suggested, which has been great since I've been doing it, is I now have affirmation for the kids now. So I have it for my wife and my kids. Do you see what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So it's like, it works, man. If it ain't broke, you know, it works. Try different things. What can you create? You know what I mean? In all areas of your life so that you can experience your amazing life on this earth. You know, be thinking along those lines.
Excellent.
Oh,
Well, we're
man.
past the
I feel
hour, man.
talk all
Oh,
day, man. Go ahead.
I was about to say, I know we passed
Go
the
ahead. What you
hour,
got?
but no, I wanted to end it. If you got nothing else, man, I know we got past 7. We want to give you all your time back for those who are watching. Thank you for joining us. If you're watching a replay, make sure that you go to school, go to the link below in YouTube. We want to have you in this group. You're needed. We need your share. You're willing to have an amazing life with us. Come on in.
You got it, man. Listen, I appreciate you guys, man. Keep working on yourself. Let's go ahead and keep creating the amazing life that we want for us and our families. And look, until next one, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to Monday again. You know, we'll talk before then, little guys, but I'm ready. All right. I appreciate you guys, man. Love you all, man. Take it easy.
Love y'all
Bye-bye.
too. Have a good
Uh-huh.
one, guys.
All right.
Bye.